Yo, what's up, people? We are live and direct here on Cycle Gamers channel. I don't know why I'm speaking to myself in the third person, but whatever. Uh, so I'm gonna do this really quick. And first off, I just want to apologize to my past subscribers who have already heard me speak about this several times. But recently, I've had a lot of new subscribers, and I just feel like this needs to be said and hit home uh, really quick for everyone that's subscribed to my channel and the new subscribers. So I don't think that people understand context. I'm not gonna say people don't understand. A lot of people in this gaming community don't understand context, and I don't know if it's because they just want to say something negative about Microsoft, or they're trying to keep this hate train going, or if they genuinely don't comprehend what's being said to them. I don't know. I don't know what the problem is, but I was on several podcasts yesterday. Um, I was on Weapon Wheel podcast. Shout out to everybody on the Weapon Wheel podcast. It's a very good podcast. You check it out when you get a chance. And I was on One Stop for Gamers podcast after that. And there's this big thing being made up, being talked about Microsoft saying they're going to deliver 4K 60 uncompromised. Now, if you listen to what Microsoft is saying and you can comprehend what is being said, then you wouldn't have any doubts about what they're saying. I don't think you would. And I apologize. I keep saying this, but Microsoft is a company that builds consoles. Okay, when they said 4K uncompromised, they were talking about console standards. Okay, they make consoles. They're talking to a console audience. Again, you have to use the context of how things are being said and what's being said. Now, I want everybody here to listen carefully to what Albert Pinello is saying. And in the comment section, I want you to tell me what you think he's saying. In my opinion, you don't even have to think about it because he's saying it to you directly. He's saying that I want to take a game right now that's 1080p, 60 frames per second, and make that 4K 60 real, uncompromised, meaning the same thing that's being delivered in 1080p 60, he just wants to make that 4K 60 without taking anything away from that game. Okay? Context, people. Context. Listen to this. If I can get my phone to load up. Listen carefully, please.
Do this, we want to make a technology goal for ourselves. So the goal was, can we take the same level of graphics, the same frame rate, the same lighting effects, the same number of enemies and AI on screen, and deliver that in 4K? No compromises. I don't have to have half the enemies on screen. I don't have to reduce the effects. I don't have to make the game smaller. I want to be able to take an Xbox One game today that's in 1080p 60, and I want it to be 4K 60 on this new box. Right. And we built the box to deliver that goal. Wow. So we know that the box will do what we wanted it to do. Now, where I think people get confused, and then people say where our messaging is weird, is not every developer is going to use it that way. Right. Not every developer is going to decide to take that 6 teraflops and do 4K 60 with it. Right. They might decide for their game or their engine or their artistic vision that they want to do something different, and that's great. That's fine. But our goal was to build a box that could deliver true 4K games at the same level of fidelity that you see your current Xbox One games. That's the box we're building. We know we can do it. We wouldn't have went out and said it if we didn't think we could do it. We got a lot of work to do it.
Right.
But that was our goal. And so I'm not, it's fun watching the speculation. I get on the threads and I watch like everybody else.
Right.
But it is super important, I think, for you guys and for the listeners to understand that was just our goal for the hardware.
Right.
It's not the same thing as going and telling developers what they need to do, mandating features, mandating frame rates or resolution. We don't do that. So I'm not going to say that every game will be 4K 60.
Right.
Because developers might choose not to do that, and that's all right.
I think that's great, honestly.
How is that not clear? How is that not clear and concise? A clear and concise message. You have gamers coming in saying that they're lying, saying that they are. It's impossible. Uncompromised would be 4K 60 Ultra, and you have graphics cards out there that are 11 teraflops that can't do 4K 60 at uncompromised on ultra settings or whatever it is. PC standards are completely different from console standards. Again, people, we need to think about context. Context. The average person going out and spending their check uncompromised is completely different from Jay-Z going out and spending his check uncompromised. Context. Albert Pinello works for a company that builds consoles. They're talking to console gamers, and they're talking about making games 4K 60 on their new Scorpio that were previously 1080 60, making that 4K 60 uncompromised without taking anything away from it. Where is the confusion? Anyway, I want to keep this quick and simple. This is Cycle Gamer. If you like the content, subscribe or drop a like, and leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts and why this confusion is happening. Like I said, I don't know if people are maliciously trying to confuse others, or are they really just not able to comprehend what's being said. Anyway, this is Cycle Gamer, and I'm out. Peace.